And good Tuesday evening, everybody. It is Big Ace right there and Mass Comedian X. We are here tonight live. Oh, holy cow. And there's Zach Ashton, too. How did I do this? I'm getting used to all of this. I'm getting used to it. There we go. There we go. Everybody there?
Yeah.
Sweet Lord. Well, I had an idea that I was going to, talk to you first, Ace, and then
I got what you were trying to do.
Yeah, it didn't go well. Anyway, good Tuesday evening, everybody. We're broadcasting on 4 different platforms this evening. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we are on Twitter, Periscope, and I believe we are also on Twitch. So wherever you may be watching us.
I didn't realize we were on that many things.
Oh, dude. Well, you know the deal. I mean, they had the thing and they said they were going to prorate everything. So I'm like, if I can be on up to 5, okay, let's do it. So, and it's right within the system anyway. But that's it. It's Mass Comedian S-Cast. And the fella up in the corner that you may see, Ace, I don't know if you know him. I don't think you do.
I don't think so.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a young comedian who is an up-and-comer, as they may say. Started comedy down in Rochester, Minnesota, now making his home in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where he was a finalist in the Sisyphus Brewing Company comedy contest. How about a big welcome to Zach Ashton, everybody?
Yeah.
And there he is.
I feel like we need more sound effects for that. You know what I mean?
I know. Wait. Breaking news, we're joined by Zach Ashton this evening. How you doing, Zachy? Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Hey, you've had me muted.
I've had you muted the whole time.
Yeah, you've had me muted the whole time. It's hard to get through to you when you are muted because I never learned sign, dude. I never learned it, so I didn't know how to
Well, we're very
hi.
Very happy to have you here with us, Zach.
Good to be here, man.
We're looking forward to fun and games tonight. Let's first start off, Ace, talking about what a fiasco of a week we had last week. We were plowing along, we were rolling, and out of the blue, out of nowhere, the WWE blocks us, and all of a sudden, there's nobody watching because they blocked us, and the reason they blocked us, Zach, is because we played a 42-second clip and wanted to talk about it because we thought it was cool because we were advertising their program.
Right.
We were saying, oh, WWE's cool. You should watch this because this kind of stuff happens. And then they blocked us. So
I think it all comes down to our truth for you.
I know our truth. He's just been a pain in my ass for so long.
I think it was him the whole time. It was him.
He probably said that mask son of a bitch. Let's block him. We don't want him. God damn our truth. Pardon me.
The copyright shit is kind of crazy though. I mean, I wish that more content creators were like George Lucas about it and just realize that they should just make it free to everybody. If you make a fan edit of any of the Star Wars movies and put it on YouTube, he doesn't take it down. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But WWE, you show 10 seconds of anything and they're like pull it. They'll put strikes on your channel if you're on YouTube, especially.
Well, yeah, we had AEW clips too, didn't we, last week?
Yeah, we had AEW, we had NWA.
Yeah, I don't think AEW has the infrastructure that WWE does to be searching for this shit.
They probably don't, but I don't. But the other part of it is I don't think they care.
No, they probably wouldn't. I mean, it's for them, it's good.
Yeah,
AEW is trying to prove something. WWE knows what they've got. They want you to pay for that fucking app, dude. They're if you want content, you need to pay for the app.
That's right. So I'm going to just bring myself up here full there. How do you like that background there, Ace?
I thought it was her and Kyrie at first.
Yeah, well, what do you think? I don't like that pirate, but I like Rio. So that's my dream match right there. Is Rio, and I just, speaking of clips, I wanted to bring one up here that really made me. It was very enjoyable, and it's not WWE. We're not going to get. We're not. No, it's WWE.
No, you won't. You won't get picked up for it.
For not this one anyway.
No.
But I just wanted to show you this one because it was so awesome.
And then look at how unsteady Riho is. Just driven on the back of her head.
The part I like here is watch how she refuses to open her mouth. Nope, not gonna do it. Nope. That's just like how I used to fight with my sister.
I thought she was gonna pull it to Jerry and like spit like green mist in her face or something. That would have been more cool.
Yeah. Well,
what happened?
So I was going to put up a poll, and I think there may be a poll on Facebook. And we'll have to. You may have to go check it, Ace. But I wanted to put up two, but I just put up one. One was about what matches people were excited about at Crown Jewel, but the other one I thought about this afternoon was I was going to list 3 people and say which one of these 3 people are surprising to you. Are you surprised that are so over at AEW? One of them was Rio. One of them was the referee Aubrey Edwards, because she is just as over as any of those wrestlers right now.
Right.
And the third one was good old Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
I mean, those 3 are people that people are nuts for those 3.
I think Private Party's in there too. Just because
I agree.
They really were.
They
coming in. And I mean, they've only had like 2-3 matches on TV, and they're hot right now. So, yeah, there's quite a few in AEW that you kind of maybe heard a little something about when they got signed or whatever, but like really shown. I didn't, to be honest, because I'm a huge fan of Orange Cassidy. I was worried that would never translate over on a network television show, but I mean, honestly, he got a bigger pop that night than LAX did.
I know. Well, it's like the oddities. You know who Orange Cassidy is, Zach?
I haven't been keeping up with AEW. I don't have cable, sadly. So
Orange Cassidy is a guy that wears faded jeans and a faded jean jacket, and a white wife beater, and sometimes a shirt with his shirt is a picture of himself with his shirt with a picture of him. You know, like a mirrored thing.
So he's like Raven, but like
no, he's not like Raven.
Like kind of comedic because he's got a funny shirt.
He is his gimmick is he's a slacker, and he doesn't want to put a whole lot of effort into wrestling.
Sure, like giving a shit. That's pretty.
He does everything with his hands in his pockets,
like the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta watch that shit, dude.
See, I'm telling you, he's wild. He's wild.
Sounds fucking ridiculous. I would want to see that.
And then here's how over he is. A little kid dressed up as him, and came to the last live show, and after it was over, they made a big deal out of the kid. And I don't know if you saw this on Monday. Cody actually did a little gimmicky thing with the kid and let the kid pin him.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. And then he gave him his weight belt.
His credibility is ruined. The next few shows are pointless, dude. No.
They kept telling him, does this count against my record?
Yes.
So that was
it
does.
That
was funny.
It always counts, man.
But yeah, Orange Cassidy, Private Party, gosh, yeah. And they're just crazy. I'm telling you, Zach, you gotta watch some of this stuff on YouTube.
I really do. I mean, when you think about it, do you remember Triple H?
Oh yeah.
Got beat by Connor the Crusher, who was a kid with
Mhm.
cancer. So I could kick the shit out of Triple H. It's all real. And I know he was afraid to kick out to that kid. And, you should be afraid of me.
6-year-old kid can bust you up. Well,
Yeah, dude. And he's got like super cancer, bro. Like make-a-wish cancer. All right. Couldn't kick out? No.
Right.
uh-huh.
Oh, that's crazy. Hey, just because I think it's funny, we've already, our Facebook post for this live video has already been blocked.
Why?
That's
By
hilarious.
who?
And by this time, it's by All Elite Wrestling. So we got both companies. We got each one to block each week. So that's cool. But yeah.
I was going to tell you, I got the WWE one solved. This was I'm gonna show you right now a clip of Monday Night Raw when Ricochet was in a match with Drew McIntyre. I'll just pop this up right now.
Nice.
And so that was going to solve that. Are you kidding me? They blocked me. That bloody thing.
Well, dude, I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's just a Facebook post too. The YouTube video is still up and going, just like
the YouTube's fine. And
it's just funny that
that's so funny, dude. Well, it's so crazy the computers they have. They have to have computers looking for this shit. Like, there's no.
They didn't have a problem with it last week. You know what it was?
Yeah,
I put in all those hashtags because I wanted people to watch it. We didn't put any hashtags. They ain't looking for us.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm sure there's like some like legit YouTuber who would see this and be like, fucking idiots don't know how the super bots work, like.
Right.
We're
doing it wrong.
Believe me, I know how they work, but it's just,
That's weird though, because a lot of great shows like Botchamania and OSW Review, they stay up on YouTube forever, and it's like entirely made of clips from those companies. So it's interesting. I don't know how it really works.
I know. Oh, and then I was also going to show the match between Andrade and Sin Cara. Here it is. So
nice.
And those are all courtesy of the WWE.
Yep.
Their crack artist staff that wanted to help us out.
4K cameras, if you can believe it.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of work. Well,
VR with that.
I got to tell you, right now I'm just a little bit more than pissed.
I don't blame you.
Because you see, when I get home on Mondays, and then Tuesday afternoon I don't do anything. Well, anyway. So then I go through and I'm like, what would be interesting to show and talk about and see what people think. And so now we can't do that apparently.
We'll just have to think of a creative way to do it from now on.
You just reverse the image and put it in a smaller screen in the corner. Like all the other shit that you watch on YouTube, man. Like that's how it works.
I mean, dude. Oh man.
Distort the image just enough.
AEW, you really broke my heart.
You have plausible deniability.
They broke my heart.
Yeah, you were defending them and shit literally 20 seconds before they.
I know I was. Isn't that just I should clip the whole thing and say, Cody, here you go. Look at this. Oh man, I'm gonna
just run the clips you wanted to anyway. I'm sure you won't get taken off of anything. I don't know.
NWA probably wouldn't do anything to me.
There you go.
No, let's not until next week because I'd like to see the streak continue. So, or just
bless it. I'm telling you, man. So, anyway, but yeah, so now we've been off the track for 10 minutes because I'm pissed.
He's mad, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not. It's just irritating.
He's red.
Censorship.
I went back to the red mask. I thought this is the time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Ace, what would you say? What would you say would be your top three unexpected stars at AEW right now?
I'd say Orange Cassidy for sure, just because I can.
Yeah,
it is, and he did get a little backlash when he first came on. So,
oh yeah,
of people like, "What the hell is this? This is stupid." But it is what it is. I'm surprised by how big Luchasaurus is.
yeah, me too.
Like, that guy's huge now. I did not realize like he was that over. Yeah, and then man, I don't know, because I feel like we haven't seen. Well, I think Darby Allin.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't know a thing about him. And boy, and Zach, if you haven't seen him, this guy's a man. He doesn't care about his body at all.
Oh yeah,
He's no Joey Janela, but it's different. It's like Darby Allin will throw himself at stuff. He wrestled, what was it, about 10 minutes of a championship match against Jericho with his hands duct taped behind him.
Did Jericho just beat the shit out of the guy then? Or?
Not initially. I mean, he did a little bit, but then it was, and see, I think that's part of it though, Ace, is that these guys, and we talked about it a little bit last week, these guys at WCW that are in the upper levels, the Bucks and the Kennys and to a certain degree, even though he's not quite as involved business-wise, Jericho, they're all about putting the new guys over. And they made Darby Allin look like a gigantic stud, I thought.
Well, yeah, his first match in the company was with Cody, and it went to a time limit.
Yeah.
So, and you can't make him look any bigger, especially when Cody's going for the AEW championship with Jericho on the next pay-per-view. So, I mean, obviously he's top bill right now. Yeah, he's not champ, but he's top bill. Always will be, because of also being the EVP or whatever he is. So, yeah, it's cool. And it's fun to see the Bucks be like not wanting to take that spot and make just people look good. And like, that's the whole point of them wanting to be with this company and like have this company, was to push people and not really just blow themselves up, because you really think about it, they're veterans at this point.
Oh yeah,
those guys are kind of old. So
yeah,
they're
older than Zach.
Who's older than me?
Everybody.
Yeah, that's true. It's hard being 17 and looking like this.
I know. I mean, but you can buy all the smokes you want.
No, you'd think that, but you know, just bangs off me. They're like, "Shit, this guy's underage."
So I gotta tell you, I was watching in the Raw last night, and I don't know if you watched that, Ace. The story of Lana and Bobby Lashley and Rusev is garbage. It is hot garbage. There's a love triangle now, and basically Rusev is the cuck and stands there and sort of takes it. Until last night, he couldn't take it, but he runs to the restaurant, and it's just all the little things that they did, where the manager comes and says, "Oh, I hear your husband is coming over. I'd like to just pay for your meal and you can leave." Well, that's just a pile of bullshit. You know,
so,
I mean,
so they're doing another cucking thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, no. So Trevor's laughing, dude. So like the last time I like seriously sat down and watched, I think, a Monday Night Raw is probably like a good couple months ago. I've been, busy with comedy and shit, but I watched an episode, and it was Maria Kanellis and her husband, and he's just like the ultimate cuck, like piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, this is a bit weird. This is a bit like doth protest too much, whoever this fucking writer is writing this shit. And now there's two cuck angles. Dude, somebody on this writing staff gets pegged. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
like,
now to be
it's
fair,
gotta be one.
to be fair, the one cuck angle kind of went away because Mike Kanellis is now mad again. Did you see that, Ace? He wanted his release now again, and
Of course he did.
you know, it's like if you cross us, we're gonna put you in a cuck angle.
I think that's storyline though the second time around because she's up there being like, I didn't ask for my release.
Oh yeah.
Or the first time they were both leaving because they're, actually married and stuff. So I
don't know. I feel like AEW, it should be Rusev Day over there. I think if they don't sign him, they're going to end up regretting it like WWE did that they didn't sign AJ and Joe back in like 2006, 2007.
Right.
And they're like two of the greatest wrestlers in the fucking world, and they let them rot in a fucking theme park in Florida till they could pick them up. And AJ panned out, and Joe's hurt all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Because they're old dudes now. You could have had them back when. Could you imagine Samoa Joe versus John Cena in 2008? Get the fuck in, dude. That'd have been legit as fuck. No, we're not time machines.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But
but
yet,
but if Rusev went to AEW, there's a lot of shit you could do over there with him, man. A lot of shit,
dude. There's a lot of talk, and I don't know if you saw this or not, Ace. The Randy Orton Instagram picture where he was standing in front of a sign that said Elite, and his caption was "TikTok, TikTok," and then he hashtagged or tagged Cody and the Bucks and Luke Harper and a bunch of other guys. Now, it's always hard to tell with him because I think sometimes he gets a little bit of, and I don't know him personally, but I think he gets a little liquor in him sometimes and gets a little crazy on the old Facebook, on the old Instagram, on the old Twitter. And the other part of it is I get the impression that Randy Orton does not mind screwing with people.
No, not at all.
I mean, I think he loves that.
Well, yeah, he's shitting those ladies' handbags, dude. You hear about that? Man, he doesn't fuck around. He shits. Right. He literally shits in people's bags backstage because he's Randy Orton. Like,
and here's the other part of that. You have to really respect a guy that has that much sphincter control.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. That's because in a critical situation.
I mean, it's like you can poop on command. Man, yeah. I can't do that. I mean, sometimes I poop and I don't want to. Like in the Walmart parking lot.
That sounds like a whole nother story for
it is. Yeah. It's really not for this show.
Oddly specific.
Oh man. Well,
that's so crazy. I don't know. With Rusev and Lana, it's the thing I like about it though is how he just keeps calling him Bob Lashley. Like I laugh every time he's like, Bob Lashley, I'm gonna get you, Bob. Oh, it's hilarious. Like he's like Rusev
call him Bobo. Right? Bobo Lashley. I'm gonna get you, Bobo Lashley.
He'll do it. I bet you in the next 2 weeks we'll hear him do a promo where he does refer to him as Bobo now. Like,
well, they can steal from us, but we can't steal from them. Fuck it,
Bobo.
Go watch Impact. I'm sure Impact wouldn't give a fuck. You know what
I mean? Everybody's got the same computers now.
Ring of Honor's like, take it.
Right.
Just take it.
So let's see. Other wrestling that happened this week. Bound for Glory was this weekend. I didn't get to watch it. I don't even know what happened. I don't know about you,
All I heard was RVD went heel, and I heard something else, and I forgot what it was already.
They had another. They had,
Shamrock. Did he wrestle? He lost.
Oh yeah, Shamrock wrestled Moose. I've always liked Moose when he was over at ROH. Ken Shamrock's almost as old as me, though.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it bums me out that you said Rob Van Dam turned heel, but not because I'm sad about what he's doing. I'm just sad that he's still wrestling. So it's like one of your heroes still got to fucking wheel his ass out there, 9 concussions and all, and fucking.
You know, the thing with RVD though is he smokes weed every day and he's behaving like a porn star. So like, he's doing all right now. So
no, I know he's doing great, but you know, it's like, oh, sad, dude, because you're old now. You're like fucking old now.
Yeah. When I saw the Sandman a few months back earlier this year, and it was just like, oh, dude, why'd you even leave the house? Like, stayed at home, man. You didn't look good then, and look at you now.
Dude,
like, and the whole time he just sat backstage drinking beer.
And it's amazing that he's still alive, but like really in shape people like Chris Candido are dead.
Right.
And you're just like, what?
Right.
He's the Ozzy Osbourne of professional wrestlers. You're just sort of like, how is he still alive?
Yeah, Ric Flair is the king of that one.
Yeah, dude. He was on TV the other day. I saw him. He's at a football game because they're trying to sell the shit that's going to be going on Fox, SmackDown, or whatever.
Yeah, he's drinking again, too.
Yeah.
Well, he's Ric Flair, baby. If he's up and he's walking, he's drinking. You know what I'm saying?
He's going to die on the cruise, man. I don't. It's just not.
Be the man. You got to beat the man, dude. He's going to get drunk.
Oh, man. Like, and he's just, and I don't know why they gave him a live mic and then told him to talk about the show in Saudi Arabia. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Did they ever let Sergeant Slaughter talk when they bring him back, or do they just make him keep his mouth?
Sergeant Slaughter, I don't think has been bad. Now here you bring up Sergeant Slaughter.
Times.
Ace was down at the Hall of Fame induction this summer, and he had a chance to interview and do a live podcast like with us.
Mm-hmm. Did it get blocked?
Hold on here.
For copyright.
Here's a guy. I think this guy is already. I'm sorry, Walter. Wait, sorry, man. Come back. We're talking. He left. Anyway.
Okay.
That was the weirdest. That's the best segment on this show. Keep that segment.
Here's everything he said while he was watching us, and then he got tired because we didn't respond to him. Man, I'm running a tight ship today. Come on.
You're still flustered over that blocked Facebook post.
You know, it just like threw the whole thing down the toilet.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
Just the whole thing. I had all of this stuff, and I'm like, I ain't doing any of it now. I'm not doing any of it. No. Anyway, Ace got to interview Beth Phoenix, Sergeant Slaughter, Jerry, and Wes Briscoe. Who else? Thunderbolt Patterson.
You had Slaughter. Yeah, you didn't say Slaughter.
And
Sergeant Slaughter.
But I mean, think about this. And we were talking about this. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't even believe where I'm at." And I'm like, "Dude, you're in the industry now. You're industry, Ace.
Yeah,
and you're still on a piece of crap like this."
Yeah. Industry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's a nice guy, Sergeant Slaughter. He's actually pretty funny though. Like when he gets going on stories, he's actually pretty fun to listen to. But
I bet he is. I mean, he was in the business for how long?
Dude, since Saddam Hussein ran Iraq, dude, and that's all I remember about Sergeant Slaughter. All right.
You know, someone brought
Mania fucking whatever number it was.
I think it was 9 rather than 10. No, 11. It was the one that was supposed to be in the Coliseum Stadium.
And then they held it across the street because they didn't sell enough tickets.
Yeah, ended up going into the arena though.
Because Hogan always just, whenever he books himself to headline against one of his best friends, like fucking Beefcake, that's going to fucking sell.
You don't like him, brother?
That's my brother.
I like how I'm typing this in like I'm an actual lawyer, like Hogan v. Slaughter. Like,
oh my god! Speaking of old school, Zach. So when about did you start watching wrestling when you were a kid?
WrestleMania 7? That can't be right. Yeah? It's WrestleMania 7. Anyway, what?
When you were a kid, when did you start watching wrestling? Do you remember?
Yeah, I would guess probably like, like I was the target audience around like 10 or 11, I had a
Okay.
younger brother who was like 4, so he was like the optimal age to like throw around and make you feel good.
Were you choke slamming him
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, dude. All that shit. All that shit.
on the bed or on the floor?
Dude, like pretty much anywhere. Like I think the best one is I did the Shane McMahon coast to coast on the couch, and I stacked pillows in front of him because I thought that'll keep him safe, right? Nah, I crushed him, dude. I crushed his ass.
See, that's how you can tell whether you lived in a good family or a bad family.
Yeah,
Because if you were doing choke slams to your brothers and sisters on the floor,
yeah.
bad family. But if you do it on the bed, your mother and father said, be careful.
Yeah, I mean, they'd say be careful, but I mean, the trampoline, throw down on the trampoline. But yeah, about back then, I remember back then it was like the big Stone Cold, The Rock sort of era. I don't know if that dates me to how old I am, but
Pretty close.
That was like early 90s, right? Mid 90s.
yeah. No, it was like late 90s, early 2000s. I mean,
Oh, okay.
The Rock and Stone Cold started coming up in like 97, 95, 96. So I was like 5 or 6 then because I was born in 1990. So, I mean, yeah.
That's like prime Attitude Era.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was sweet, dude.
Val Venus.
Oh, Val Venus, IRS. Hating on them because they fucking suck.
Hey, by the way, did you happen to see on the Being the Elite the little tip of the cap to Val Venus by one of the Young Bucks? I can't remember which one.
Have you seen Val Venus recently?
Was it
He looks
Matt?
fucking terrible.
He is. Hello, ladies.
Didn't he work in like a strip club in Vegas?
I don't know.
He
if
did before he like started wrestling.
Huh.
Here, let me see.
Yeah, Val Venus was. I know he was involved in the.
Sad.
I think he was it was storied that he was involved in the adult industry in some way, but I don't know what that was. But yeah,
but it was a great gimmick.
Oh my god, yeah, it sure was.
The best. I mean, there's never going to be a better or a funnier storyline than him and Kai and Tai when they do chop the peenie or whatever. Chop the weenie off him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so I got to ask you too, Zach. Now you don't know this days, but Zach has been known to go out in public as the old Macho Man.
Oh yeah, dude. I definitely do from time to time. Like anytime I go to like a convention or anything.
Do the length of your hair now, do you have to monkey with it, or do you just leave it the way it is?
I just leave it the way it is. I'm not, I'm not going that hard at it. But I do get I got that big cowboy hat, the ridiculous one with sequins all over it, and then there's a switch inside that makes it fucking blink. And it's helpful when you're at a convention and you're like shit faced in like a big crowd of nerds because I light up. You'll at least find me. Right. And then you can give me a ride home like a good person. You know what I mean? You found me.
Oh man.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you do full on impression when you're dressed up?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't do it like the whole time though, because that's like weird.
Give us a little.
Oh yeah, but if I get drunk enough, I'll tell you what, Hulk Hogan, I need another rail and another line. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Put out the cocaine. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Great. That's one of the fun parts about being in the city that WrestleMania is in every year is just so many people will cosplay it and just stay in character like
the whole time. Yeah.
It's like when they're in New Orleans, because everybody goes down Bourbon Street to get to the stadium. and everybody's just dressed up in character. It's so much fun. So much fun. More fun than the actual show usually, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, from going to shows, that sometimes actually being there is you got to wait through a lot of crap that you don't when you're watching it on television. And so you need that kind of atmosphere outside of the show to make the whole experience better for you.
That's very true.
So Zach, are you when TLC comes to Minneapolis, are you going?
Nah, there's no way I'll be able to afford that, dude. No.
You could go stand outside and probably pick up a scalp ticket for $12.
Nah.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean,
see if they give them away by then.
What night
They
is
might,
it? It's Sunday,
it's the 15th. The only reason I ask is because, they have been known on slower shows lately to do, buy one, get one frees and stuff
they
like
do
that.
a lot of that shit. They really do.
Maybe you could get somebody else to buy the ticket and then give you the free one.
Yeah. I mean, because honestly, I haven't been to a pay-per-view show in it's been a long time, man. Like I was in high school, so I don't even,
So have you gone to any of the indie stuff around Minneapolis?
Yeah, I went to one show to support one of the comics up here. Devin Cook is a wrestler as well. He does wrestling and stand-up comedy. So I went to see one of his shows. It was pretty fun. I mean, do your drinking outside. That would be my advice,
So what promotions he wrestle for? Or
Trevor, do you remember what was the name of that promotion that Cook wrestles for?
I can't think of it right
either. It's generic. It's like,
but it's not First Wrestling. First Wrestling, is that something?
It doesn't sound like that's
First Wrestling. I'll tell you what. First Wrestling is nice. You go to that. First Wrestling. I encourage you to go and watch some of that because that's some local guys and they're awesome and they bring in some of these national guys. The last one that Ace and I went to had Penelope Ford and Joey Ryan and who else? Best Friends?
Yeah, Best Friends, Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah, it was awesome to see some national guys at an indie show. And it was what was that, August? And it was outside. It was a lot of fun. And it was pretty cheap.
Yeah, was it like $15?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that story about that guy who put on that indie show, like in the middle of fucking nowhere, Georgia? And it was like all the old indie wrestlers that he.
Oh yeah, there's a tape of it.
Yeah, and he couldn't pay them, and so that was a great story, man. That's fucking crazy. There's a whole video on YouTube. It's great. I just watched it recently, like not too long ago, and I was like, holy shit, how is somebody this dumb?
Now like a documentary type thing? Is it like a documentary type thing?
It's like a short one. Like they just basically interview, like Teddy Long was there.
Oh, so I think we're talking about a different thing. Because what you're talking about is different than what I'm talking about, which was a Legends of Wrestling. Which you can also
that was it. Yeah.
You can also watch on YouTube, and that's the one where Jake the Snake is so fucked up.
Oh and oh yeah, that show happened.
Have you seen that one?
Yes, I have seen. Yeah, Legends Wrestling is like god awful, but I'm thinking of let me get a poster picture of it here. It was you guys keep talking. I'm just looking it up. But Teddy Long basically was there. Like Sabu was there. Tammy Sitch. Like everybody was there. Like for this show, and they brought him out to the middle of nowhere, and it was in like this like abandoned ass like gymnasium, and the guy didn't have like any of the money. Yes. And he wrote like everybody bad checks, and like people came from like everywhere, and they were all gonna murder this fucking guy.
That's like the other kind of stuff.
Truest indie wrestling ever, like story right there. Like that's as independent wrestling as it can.
I mean, basically, yeah.
I mean, just so many snaky like report or promoter types that just Oh, try to pull that stuff. It's crazy. I want to see this. I really want to see this YouTube video you saw.
Yeah, I'm looking it up here.
What were you talking about, JR?
So I'm talking about where I don't know exactly what it is, but somebody decided they were going to do a pay-per-view, and they had some fairly well-known names. They're not the same guys as Zach is talking about, but the big headliner was Jake the Snake Roberts, and he was playing with his snake and just whacked out of his mind. And they literally were like trying to get him the hell out of there, and they couldn't. But the whole thing was just a dumpster fire, because they had an announcer that they had no idea anything about wrestling. He didn't know any moves. He didn't know the people. Yet he had a very good announcer voice. And it's just I think, as I recall, it was, you can look it up. It's like the worst pay-per-view ever. I think that's what showed up, but
Sweet, I found
it's just the big thing is Jake the Snake. Just, it's like, oh my God, he's out of control.
The heyday of his downfall.
Yeah.
There you go, John. I just sent it to you. It's called Bad Promoters Ruin Everything. And yeah, by the end, it's like all these famous names drove to the middle of nowhere to do this show, and there's like fucking nobody there, and it was just weird.
That's so crazy.
It's so terrible.
I'm gonna watch that when we're
It's
done.
called Bad Promoters Ruin Everything. It's made by Grapple Vision.
I'll forward it to you, Ace. It's
it's like half an hour.
Yeah, it's 37 minutes, and it looks like that's going to be required watching for next week.
I'm gonna watch that for sure.
I'm
also pulling up Jake the Snake Hammered, like you were talking about.
Yeah, I'll find that and pass that on to you guys too, and then we'll put all of it down in the information down here so people can see them if they would like to watch them.
Well, no, that's the fucked up thing. When you type in Jake the Snake drunk, it's always the first one that comes up where he's at the casino and he's talking about, you want to play 21? I got 22. And he's just like fucking wasted.
That might be the one. But it's the whole show. Have you seen the whole show? The whole show is just a shitstorm.
Oh, man.
If that's
heroes of
wrestling. Heroes of wrestling, not legends of wrestling.
And he's grabbing a woman's hands and rubbing him on his own tits.
It's amazing. And I watched
It's
most
like
of
your grandpa.
Yeah, it's
horrible.
Wrestling's heyday, baby.
And then now he does yoga, and again, he's alive too.
Yeah.
Now, Ace, you talked to him not too long ago, right?
Yeah. When he did his comedy show here in Rochester at the Nerd Now convention, I did the sound for it. And
how'd that go?
Oh, it was good. It's not like stand up. It's just him doing stories, and he's just a foul mouth older man. So it's just, the stories are crazy because it's that wrestler's life on the road and stuff like that. And then it's just like, he'll tell the story about how it came to be that Macho Man was going to get bit by the cobra.
Oh, sure.
He made Jake have it bite him in the locker room, stuff like that. But he makes it funny. But yeah, that dude's intense though, because we were outside having a smoke together before the show, and he's pretty intense, and he's pretty open about how if he doesn't have his support team, he'll probably fall off the wagon again. He's like, I have to stay around, because he was mentioning going back to Atlanta, and I'm like, are you still doing everything that you were from the documentary and all that stuff that helped you out? And he's like, oh yeah, if I can't. He said he hasn't driven in 10 years, and because he's afraid to drive still.
Oh wow,
he'll drive to go get high.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's oh yeah, don't do that. When you say to the guy, you're just yeah, man, that wouldn't be cool, man. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, that dude's intense. Very intense. A nice guy though. He was very nice.
Good.
But like, yeah, intense. Very
So-
interesting. It's cool to go to those places, those conventions though, and meet those guys.
Yeah.
You know, when you can. It's always, you know, like when you go to a WWE thing, you meet any of those people, you're in, you're out. That's what it is. Even if you pay, like we paid like $200 to meet Taker at Access one year at Mania. It was literally like a 15-second exchange.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they keep you in an assembly line.
you know what I mean? Where you go to these things, you pay $30-$40 for an autograph and a picture, and you can yap at them for about a few minutes and ask them a question or something. And it's just it's more fun that way, I think, like when you go to like a WrestleCon or something like that. But
Well,
unless it's the Honky Tonk Man, then just fuck that guy. He's just a dick.
see, this is so we have beef, Zach, with two wrestlers on this show. Ace has beef with Honky Tonk Man, and I got beef
his comedy. His comedy shows.
Is he doing comedy shows?
He did one down in Mason City.
He did one in Mason City, and he did one in Clear Lake, and they offered me the host position on it, and I said I didn't want to.
A good call. He's the fucking worst.
Yep.
I hate that. Yep. He did a thing here in Rochester years and years ago, and it was when I was working at the radio station, and he was just rude, man. Like he thought I was near his arm that was in a cast, like swore at me in the other morning show DJ, denied the guy who was paying for the show, denied the guy's grandson an autograph and picture. Just a dick, man.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, that's I don't see him being funny with anything. Like,
He's cool, he's cocky, he's bad.
He broke 1 million guitars, never drew a dime. It's the Honky Tonk Man. The Honky Tonk Man.
Oh man, that guy's so awful.
And it's kind of ridiculous because like there's this weird cyclical thing with him and Jerry the King Lawler where it's like, well, you're only still employed because you know your cousins with Jerry Lawler or whatever. And then they would turn around and be like, Jerry Lawler, the only reason you're still employed is because your cousin's with Honky Tonk Man. And it's like they couldn't realize that they were both fucking useless.
Right. Oh, man.
Oh,
I can't believe he's in the Hall of Fame either. That's gross.
Huh?
I said I can't believe he's in the Hall of Fame too. That's gross.
Well, I'll tell you though, you guys, there's a time about 6 years that Honky Tonk Man, he was getting up there in terms of as a heel. He was almost on the level of Piper. Nobody will be that level, but he was getting that far with the WWE, and then whatever the hell happened, they got rid of him.
I know what happened.
Well, he's
the crazy time, man.
He's cool, he's cocky, he's bad.
He's cool, he's cocky, he's bad.
Could you imagine if Honky Tonk Man was still trying to pull that gimmick with Stone Cold?
No, I mean his best moment ever in wrestling though is still that 2001 Royal Rumble, and Kane takes the guitar and fucking just smokes him like perfect. That's still the only thing I remember him from. So I mean, anytime somebody says him in the ring, I think, oh yeah, he got his, man.
Right. That makes me feel so much older because I always think of the go-to at Mania when he comes in on the convertible Cadillac and they're playing the song. What was it? He lost to Warrior. That was when he lost to Intercontinental, right?
Yeah.
Dropped it to the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. That guy still sucks. I don't care.
You know, the Ultimate Warrior was like a real piece of shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Jim Hellwig was not a good guy back then.
No, he wasn't a good guy, like at all the way through, man. It's kind of awful.
And just think about that. It was so he and Sting, when they were coming up, were together, right? They were a tag team, right? They were the Dingo Warriors, right?
At one point in WCW.
Yeah. And Sting, by every indication, is a sweet guy, a nice guy, a pal to all.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, that was just. I never liked Ultimate Warrior from his inception in the WWEF back
But
then.
did you like the Renegade, the WCW ripoff version?
No, but I like Diesel too.
Oh, rest in peace.
Kane is a good wrestler.
Oh wait, no, that was
Kane.
There's the Razor Ramon too.
Razor 2 is dead.
Right, Razor
Kane
2
is, Kane is the
Razor 2 is dead. Razor Diesel 2 was Kane. Yeah.
Right. Oh my God! Did you happen to see that they did one of those bits on the network about Kane and about how if it wasn't for him coming out, and they showed him, as the Diesel and Dr. Yankum and who he was, the dentist.
The dentist, yeah.
Dentist, and anyway.
Harry King, Jerry Lawler's personal dentist.
Yes. What was it? I will Willie Yankum or some dumb stupid thing like that. Willie Yankum? Bet he don't. Anyway, point being, they had a thing about how, and the Undertaker really was very, very kind in his words about Kane, saying that none of that would have happened. The only guy that could have pulled it off was Glenn. So
now he's mayor.
Now he's the mayor of Knoxville, baby.
Knoxville County.
Where my niece lives. I hope she didn't vote for him.
Is he like bad on the issues? I don't know any of his policies.
I have no idea. I would never ever vote for a wrestler again for anything.
Dude, it'd be funny if the opposite party like stepped up to him and he challenged him to a fucking Inferno match. Whoever gets lit on fire first. That's gonna be the law.
Right.
We'll decide on trash collection by a dumpster
fire match. Kane wins again. What do you know?
Right. But no, the whole thing. I will never vote for another wrestler into any office again. I voted for one guy, and he did okay, but then he kind of half-assed it the last 2 years.
That's being governor, dude. You try it first, and then you realize everything's shit. See, let it go.
I don't think you recall how that all went. Jesse was tremendous compared to the other two guys in the debates on public TV.
Yeah, he knows how to cut a promo.
He was doing it the whole time, and it was beautiful. And then he became mayor, and the first year he did some good stuff, some stuff that was long lasting and that helped people. He lowered some property taxes. He lowered the crazy amount of money it costs to renew your vehicle license. I mean, literally, it went from close to $150 down to $35 for my car. So, I mean, that sure made me happy. And he did a couple other things, and then he tried to do some stuff, and the politicians stonewalled him, and he got mad at the media. And about 2.5, 3 years in, he's just like, yeah, I'm not talking to anybody anymore. And literally just said, nope. He had a radio show on WCCO where he would have people call in and he talked to them. And he just said, nope, not doing it anymore. Nothing. He barely even attended press conferences.
That sucks, man. He should have taken an attitude of, I ain't got time to bleed.
Well, here's what happened.
Just kept kicking ass.
I think he said the conspiracies are real. And then he went and started doing that other business.
That's so funny. That show is a fucking masterclass of like dementia. Because like he'll go up to like a secret island where there's like medical experiments being done, and he goes, something shady's happening here, and I'm gonna find out what it is. And he goes up to the door, and they're like, Jesse, we can't we can't let you in. It's classified. And he's like, they wouldn't let me in, even though I'm a former governor. And it's like, yeah, but that's not how clearance works, Jesse. Like, you know this. Like, even if you were governor, we couldn't let you in. Okay, like, stop trying to find out about us making zombies. You know, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's so great.
What are these FEMA death camps?
Oh, great.
I'm just trying to find the video that I did with Lindsay Hensel, and
I haven't seen Lindsay in a long time.
see if I can find it quick.
Do they still do comedy down in Winona?
Yeah, from time to time they do. From time to time they do.
I haven't heard anything, so.
Okay.
And I'm everywhere, so. Shut up.
I'm just looking. Can't find it. Anyway, well, that's if you can find it, it's there. It's fabulous. It's funny. It's
Yes,
cool.
I've seen your impression. It's very good.
Yeah,
I would advise people look it up. It's very good.
I'll find it and put it on the links. I got nothing else to do. I don't have to edit any more videos.
Well, you might get copyright struck by yourself.
I'll copyright myself. Those sons.
Lindsay's coming for you, dude. She's gonna fucking get that shit pulled, man.
That would be hilarious. That would be the best ending ever.
You know, the worst case scenario, you know, you're on better platforms anyway, dude. Like, you're on YouTube still, so I'm sure you can show clips on that, and you're on Twitch. And that's the fucking Wild West. You can show whatever you want. I watched the most recent UFC card on Twitch. Somebody just put it on the screen.
Rebroadcast it?
Huh?
Somebody rebroadcast it, or it was recorded?
Yeah, they were just broadcasting it live. It was
Sweet.
dope. Yeah.
See, I love entrepreneurship. Well, I will say this: we did have the one fella that did comment. He was commenting from Twitter, so that's good. We know it worked over there and didn't get blocked.
Those damn Facebook posts. That's all it is. Stop posting on Facebook.
I mean, I got to tell you, I can't tell you how much. In I think both you guys know this about me. I try to do these things, and I want them to go good, and I want to make sure that we do them as professionally as possible, you know, within reason. And when it doesn't go right, I just sort of lose my shit. I'm like, son of a, and you're right. It's hard for me to get back into my wheelhouse. It happened. Yeah,
you know, man. Just show the people what they want to see, which is this video of Jake the Snake making a woman touch his tits, dude. Trust me, that's the goal, dude. Like, there's no copyright on Heroes of Wrestling 1999. The whole show is on YouTube. So.
Those guys are all dead.
Yeah, they're all dead now, dude. We can watch that. Fuck it.
Well, Jake isn't dead, but I'm sure I'm sure he wouldn't care.
Oh, he cares.
You know what'll happen? We'll do this now. Then I'll do it. I'll cut it up, and then next week, you know what'll happen? Son of a bitch, and Jake will block us.
Did you guys ever see the mass transit incident? We should show people that.
Yeah. No,
because guess what? That is. There's no copyright on that shit because it's a crime.
So, dude, you know. We've all watched, I think, a lot of brutal matches, and one that comes to mind. Actually, there are three that come to mind, and one of them is the one you mentioned, Zach, the mass transit. The other one is one that, and it's just brutal. Nobody did anything wrong. It's the one that you showed me, Ace, with Moxley in CZW, that went out into the outside, onto the picnic table, into the back of the pickup truck. I don't know how those guys stayed standing up. They both lost so much blood. And then the last one that is probably the most, it's probably almost as heinous as mass transit, if not, is the Ian Rotten one where they just pummeled.
Yeah, dude, the Mike Levy one.
Yeah, that one.
I was just pulling that up actually.
That one is vile.
Yeah, dude, the Mike Levy incident where they all should have gone to jail, dude.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, that guy's face when they get done, when he's walking out, he looks like the goddamn Elephant Man.
Yeah, dude, like they destroyed his whole face. They curb stomped him onto a ladder while they held his arms.
Yeah. Oh,
back.
yeah.
So they put his face on the rung of a ladder, and a guy jumps from the second onto his fucking head and crushed it. And like this was like, man, if they had turned that into law enforcement, like right after it happened, trust me, those people would be in jail for like legit attempted murder because there's no, it's wrestling. It's like, nah, dude, you guys literally just like almost tried to fucking kill this person.
It was heinous.
You guys,
it was horrible.
Jack,
huh?
Like you guys just pulled a new Jack.
Dude, you ever see the one where New Jack just stabs the fucking guy?
No.
Yeah.
He just like fucking stabs the guy like 6 times.
Yeah.
Not a work. Gets arrested. Goes to jail. Then the guy comes and says, I won't press charges if you take me on the road with you.
Which is like really like
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But dude, that's so much like comedy, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Like if Jim Jeffries stabbed me several times, right?
You say, Jim,
said, oh, Rob, I'll take you on the road with me. I'd be like, yeah, dude.
Okay. I can handle it.
Right.
Set you free.
And honestly, you'd probably go with somebody that was a little lower than Jim Jeffries, too.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like if Cy Amundsen stabbed you, you'd probably let him off the hook if he'd take you with him.
That's a tough one. I don't know.
He's on the borderline.
I know, Cy. I don't know if I want him to stab me, dude. Like, I want somebody a little more masculine, a little more manly to stab me. Huh?
How about if Brody stabbed you?
Damn, dude. I mean, just the one time. I'm not gonna let him stab me like 6 times. You know what I mean? Well, he's taking me on some of those sweet vacations he goes on with his family.
To be fair, he'd probably only stab you once because then he'd probably get grossed out by it.
He'd feel really bad. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry I had to stab you, dude.
Sorry, man. Have you ever noticed that, like, I feel so bad for Brody sometimes because, like, don't get me wrong, House of Comedy is an amazing venue. But why do we have to watch that video?
The reason they play it is 2 things. Number 1, consistency.
Yeah.
Number 2, there are so many people that come to that mall and have never been in there. They have so many first-time people go into that comedy club up there in the Mall of America.
They don't know what to do.
They play it, and because I mean, they want it to be showbiz.
Yeah.
You know, just like we all want everything that we do to be showbiz.
I just feel bad for poor Brody because he's got to go on after that. I'm like, give it up for him. I know he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. It's the same thing. It's like you know, I did this show down in Spring Valley on Saturday, and they're all like, there was stuff that was good about it and stuff that was bad about it, and the bad stuff they're like, oh, do you want me to do this? I'm like, I don't care. I mean, you're going to pay me the same amount whether you do it or don't, so I don't care. So anyway, well, gosh. One thing that I did want to mention, and I don't know if you watched any of the NWA Power, Ace. Damian Sandow, Aaron Stevens is now on NWA.
Yeah, good for him.
And Mr. Anderson is now on NWA.
I knew that was coming because he was already putting stuff with NWA on it before he was actually on the show.
Perfect.
So you knew that was coming.
Perfect.
Man, I missed when Damian Sandow was Mizdow or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like that was great.
He,
It was
so
really great. It's fun when you get to see those guys have to do such a crap character that they give them. Like, here's what we're gonna do everything the Miz does, and then to see someone take it and actually be like, all right, I'm gonna just have fun with it.
And can you imagine Vince in the back just going, ha, 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 boy, this guy's an idiot. Ha, 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 look at this, pal.
Mm.
You know, and it's like, it's gotta, I mean, that's one of the things that happens. I mean, it's like, it's what happened with Rusev. If you get over and it's their idea, they're okay. If you get over and it's your own idea, they don't like it. They're going to try to squash it, you know, which is what they did with Mizdow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it was fun.
Oh my God, it was. Sure. So you're going to have to watch the NWA Power because he was on, made a couple of statements last week. And now this week, because I watched it when it was on, this week he is dressed and had a little promo for a movie that he is in. So he's going to be doing the same kind of stuff that he did that you enjoyed on WWE over on the NWA. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that NWA show that they're doing. I just haven't had time to watch it, but I like it.
Yeah, I haven't had time to watch really anything new. And then when I do, if I do have time, like, and I make time, like I said, it's just the stupid app. I'm thinking like, might as well just watch the good shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Back in the simpler times, Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Oh, Zach and I were talking about this beforehand. It's like, you know, when stuff that they're writing now for current isn't very good, you know, it's so much easier to just go back and watch stuff you liked that's on the network.
I actually just watched 99 SummerSlam when it was at the Target Center, where Jesse Ventura was the special guest referee for Austin, Triple H, and Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And I was there. Like that was in 99 was the year. Yeah, and I was there. Like that was the first WWE show I ever went to. And it was I watched it. It was great. It was great. Every match had a great storyline where now it's just they put everything into one thing and here's the filler.
So in that what Jericho and somebody were in an octagon, weren't they?
Jericho cut a promo on the top of it, but they had a Lion's Den match with Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman.
That's what it was. I knew somebody was using
that Blackman, dude, with his ninja sticks.
And that was the thing, is they had all those weapons hanging from the top of inside. So they would climb up and grab one, and he's like sticks, and they had like Ken Shamrock was nunchucking them, and
classic.
Amazing.
So where were you sitting at that show?
Upper deck, kind of by the entryway.
Ken Shamrock was stabbing him with fucking human growth hormone needles. Those were his special weapon.
Throwing stars.
Crazy. Yeah, that dude was crazy. He's the only guy that I would ever watch and be like I don't think he knows it's not real, guys. He's going too hard, guys.
Oh man. Well, we've been on for 1 hour and 12 minutes. I've had an enjoyable time, fellas. Have you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
I'm about to go watch this YouTube video now. I'm excited.
I got 3 in my queue, so but I'll put the links down here for anybody else that happens across this, blocked or unblocked. But anyway, I'd like to thank you, Zach Ashton, for coming on to this.
Thank you for having me, fellas. I appreciate it.
Fiasco with us. And Big Ace, I'll probably be talking to you down the line here.
Yeah.
We'll be on again next week on Tuesday. Watch us in the first 5 minutes so you can see anything that doesn't get blocked.
Get 5.
By the way, I also wanted to show here's another one that happened on the WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Shooting Star Press.
Look at that. Pac came back.
Right.
Anyway, guys, it was great to see you. And folks, if you watch this far, we thank you very much. Like, subscribe, Tell EEW they shouldn't have blocked us. That was rude.
USA. USA.
All right, folks. Take care. We'll see you again.